Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Here I solve LeetCode problems and prepare to the code interview. Today's problem number 2125, number of laser beams in a bank. It's a medium level problem. Anti-theft security devices are activated inside the bank. You are given a zero-index binary string array bank representing the floor plan of the bank, which is an M2N to D matrix. Bank of I represents the I row consisting of zeros and ones. 0 means the cell is empty, while 1 means the cell has a security device. Where is one laser beam between any two security devices if both conditions are met? The two devices are located on two different rows, R1 and R2, where R1 less than R2. For each row I, where I between R1 and R2, there are no security devices in the I row. Laser beams are independent. One beam doesn't interfere nor join with another. Return the total number of laser beams in the bank. Let's do it. You can see in example 1 how it works. Here we have a picture representing the bank floor plan. On the first row we have 3 security devices. Next level is empty, and on the third row we have 2 devices. So these 2 rows, first and third, met the 2 conditions, were different, and between them an empty row. So we can calculate the total number of beams, which is multiplication between the number of security devices. So for these 2 rows it's 6. And the next pair is a third and fourth row. We have 2 beams, so the total number of beams is 8. So what we can do in code, we can track and remember previous not empty row. For instance, when we check each row in an input array, we find that first row isn't empty. So we will remember 3 as a previous value and check next row. On the third row we will find 2 security devices, and the result for current and previous rows will be 6. So we add to result the multiplication between current not empty row and previous not empty row. After we add these values to result, we update previous row. So now previous row equals to 2, and for the last row we found 1, and we will have 2 as a value for the previous row. So the result for these 2 rows will be 2, and we will add it to result. Let's do it in the code. First of all, we need a result and 0 by default, and let's return it. Now we have some variable for previous value and none but by default. Next, let's check each row in bank array, and we need to count ones in each row. In Python we can do it by call method count, which count any string inside larger string. In our case it's 1. So now count equals to number of ones in a row. Next, let's check that pref is not none, so it was set in a previous iteration, and in this case we can add multiplication pref by current count, and after it let's update pref. Last thing we can do is to check if count greater than 0, because we need to check only not empty strings. So empty string we just skip. That's it. Let's check tests. Test passed, submitted. Yes, it works. It's pretty efficient, and this algorithm has a time complexity of n, because we checked and count every character in each string, and the processing time depends on the length of bank and each rows. Memory complexity is of 1 because we didn't create any variable. Depends on the size of input variable. We created only result and pref, which is in integers. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.